Hi, I'm San Diego family law attorney Brian A. Victor, and welcome to my 9th podcast episode. I'm very excited to say the listenership has increased every week that I've been doing this podcast, and thank you all for listening because the topics I'm talking about here on this podcast are important in the field of family law. On this podcast episode, I'm going to discuss a topic of interest that doesn't get talked about enough, yet can have a devastating effect on children of divorce. That is the issue of how to deal with making decisions about prom when high conflict parents are involved. It is that time of year when school is almost over. Children are excited and can't wait for summer to begin, and high school juniors and seniors prepare for their prom. Prom for many is a time to have fun with friends. It is a time to enjoy the end of a long school year, when kids have worked hard and now can enjoy the fruits of their labor. Prom also can bring stress for kids and parents when deciding which tux or dress to wear, where to go to dinner, and deciding whether a limousine should be rented. Now, factor in, if you would, how children of high conflict parents are forced to deal with other stresses outside of the normal ones related to prom. For instance, as a family law attorney here in San Diego, I have come across many high conflict parents and situations where parents who only see their children on alternate weekends get upset that the prom has fallen on their weekend. They get upset because they have to drive their child to pick up their tuxedo or dress and then have to take them for pictures and possibly have to drive them to the prom itself. Instead of what is supposed to be an exciting experience for their children, these high conflict parents yell at their children and blame them that they are losing time with them for that weekend. In my family law practice in San Diego, California, when I have clients bring up these situations, I inform them of the undue stress this puts upon their children. Additionally, when a client mentions to me that the other parent does this, I make sure I mention it in court, because it is important that the judge has a conversation with that parent so that parent understands that part of being a parent for a child means they need to take on the responsibilities associated with that. And one of the important responsibilities is that related to prom. I have found in my vast experience and by conducting research that parents who are better able to communicate with each other and co-parent with each other create far less stress for their children because they can take on specific responsibilities towards preparing their child for prom. It is important to note that there are many co-parenting programs around in your city to help high conflict parents. These can be voluntarily attended or they can be court mandated. Prom should be an exciting time for all children, and it should not be disrupted by high conflict parents. If you believe you are in a high conflict situation, then check around in your city to find a high conflict program that can help you and your ex work together to focus on the needs of your children. To inquire further about parenting plans involving high conflict parents, look for a local family law attorney who can discuss this process as it relates to your specific situation. In San Diego, California, contact the law offices of Brian A. Victor for more information on child custody plans. Thank you very much for listening, and feel free to contact me at my website at www.brianvictorlaw.com for any suggestions you have regarding topics for future podcast episodes.